Hey, Miss Allie. How are you, beautiful? Bye, cutie. Hubbub. How's everybody doing? Hey, Gal. Hi, Sis. How are you? Hey, Angel. Oh, I know, Allie. We both been so busy. We need to pick a time, though, when we can get together and chit chat. I'm off Thursday and Friday, so let me know. I'm doing okay. I'm I'm happy now that my honey is home, that's for sure. Hi, Marie. Hi, Denise. Hey, Joint. How are you, babe? Or should I call you Chief? That probably would sound better, right? Hey, Miss Molly. Built on the rock. Hi, darling. How are you? Everybody beats Brian. Amy, hi, sweetheart. I'm peeling my orange if y'all are wondering what I'm doing. Howie, hi, sweetheart. How are you, my darling? I always smile when I see Howie. He always makes me smile. So, what's everybody up to tonight? Y'all doing all right? How's Tim feeling, Amy? I bet it's getting season for that, isn't it? Everybody's planting all like crazy. So, guess what I got? You remember, guys, we were talking before on a couple live streams ago about me wanting to find a toothache plant? Well, a wonderful, generous subscriber of mine sent me a packet of seeds for the fruit toothache plant. I am so excited about that. Breakfast, lunch, and supper. Ooh, seed, sorry, y'all. It's okay, Cal. It's just nice to see you stop by. Went to feed the neighbor's fawn. He didn't show up for his bottle. Had to go for a hike, but he finally surfaced. Good. Oh, I'm glad you found him. That would have been, oh, scary. Yeah. Hey, Linda. How are you, babe? Broussard. Hello, darling. How are you? Okay, Allie. Oh, that bites. It can't all be on one leg where a cane or something would help. That bites. I'm so sorry to hear that. So, how are you, Brett? Yep. Forgot you. I know you told me where in Texas. And was it in Hill Country? Correct me if I'm wrong, honey. I don't remember. I know I asked you. Y'all need to make sure that y'all leave plenty of comments for him uh, to take it easy. We got a couple weeks before all the help gets there to get everything done, and we've got to keep on his butt to not overdo it. He says they didn't cut on me yet. Oh, I don't have restrictions. Oh, yes, they did. I saw the tube coming out of your side. I know dang well they cut you. And then they put the stent in, and you were going to take it easy. Oh, my goodness. God bless you. Sorry, y'all. Cher, hi, darling. Hey, Skeeter. Skeeter, you are so funny. I was going to ask you, Brett, do you guys have a CERT team there? That's good, Amy. He needs to hear that. Hey, Abby, how are you? Oh, excuse me. I needed to eat something. JD watched the video. Okay. Yeah, Howie, you're awesome, Howie. Thank you, sweetheart. So it turns out there was not a stone at all. What it was a whole lot of inflammation and swelling, mostly as a result of the pancreatitis infection. Okay. Which is still inflamed too much for them to get the gallbladder out. Hey, Bob. You got that right. So what they did is they put a stent in to open up the bile duct so that it is flowing properly and draining like it's supposed to. They took the actual bypass drain out, and it's like it should. It stays 2 to 3 months. But what they want to do is in 2 or 3 weeks, maybe a month, he's going to go back outpatient, and they are going to take the gallbladder out, but they need to let the pancreas heal and all the swelling and inflammation go down. And I'm assuming when they take the gallbladder out, they'll take the stent out at the same time. So it does, Allie, it does. But he did say he is still hurting, but feeling better. Wasn't hurting as bad, which is an awesome thing. Hey, Dwayne, how are you, sweetheart? How is your wife? For those of you that did not know, Grampy Campy was just Dwayne. His wife was in the hospital, and God is so good. She got to come home today as well, too. So he's got his lovely bride home with him tonight. So, oh, Allie, you do not. Uh, there's not an exact known reason why the pancreas gets an infection. It can be a combination of some foods. It can be uh, obviously smoking or drinking can lead to it. There's several reasons that can cause it. Which one spiked in his, we don't know exactly, but it's basically an infection in the pancreas, and they've got to get it to heal and the inflammation to come down. Once they get it in, and they've had him on antibiotics quite a bit, and I'm assuming they probably sent him some home. She's in the shower. Awesome. So, you did not, Allie. You're going to send me a picture, and I'm going to tell you you're a liar, or you're deluding yourself. That's a better way to put it, right? You are beautiful. I don't care what you look like. You're still beautiful. Don't tell her that, Skeeter. She'd do it if she thought it would work. Don't tell her that. How are you, Dwayne, honey? Hi, Linda. How are you? So normally you guys know I've been doing my live streams on Wednesdays, but I am actually going to go out and see him tomorrow after I get off work. I'm not going to be home. And because Sharon and Daryl are traveling, they're obviously not doing their live stream night. So I'm borrowing their slot in exchange for tomorrow when I won't be here. So yeah, Smudge has his own little spot. He is one happy boy, I'm sure. Oh, drink celery. There you go. Well, at least she's home with you, honey. That's an important thing. I know, right, Brett? I cannot wait to give him a big old hug. I'm having tea. Does that count? Of course, that's like boiling hot. Can y'all see the steam? I'm like, I got it too hot and I want to drink it. And I know I'm going to burn my mouth if I do. So who all here is going to the shindig? I know myself, Cher, the Broussards. Andy is home. Yes, he is home. He left the hospital about, I want to say about 4:30. I love you, Cher. Hi, Jean. How are you, babe? Making video what you did. Cool. Can't wait to see it. Yep, Bubba's going to be there with getting started on Homestead. And I'm not sure he isn't here, so it's possible he may be sleeping. I'm not sure. Oh, I wish you could be there too, honey. Oh, hot. But so good. Yes. Miss Kelly, Life of Mill Wife, has been in Ontario with her daughter, who is due to give birth at the end of the month. So Kelly will be back there for that, and that's going to be an awesome time. But she got to surprise her daughter. None of her daughters, her sister, anybody knew she was coming. It was a total surprise. If you haven't seen that video, it's really funny to watch their faces. Heritage Farm, Texas. Hi, sweetie. How are you? Now that I can relate to. I sometimes just have to tell them, look, I'm going. I don't care what else needs to be done here. I'm taking the days. Cool. I'll have to get over there and see him, Dwayne. I know for a lot of you guys, I am behind on videos. I'm hoping you guys will understand. I've been just crazy the last week, and I wear the motocross vest to protect the bladder. Oh, I think we could probably all say that. Yeah. Yeah, Kevin, cooking with Kevin is normally done on Thursday nights, but he's got that out. He was actually all by himself because Kelly, like I said, is in Ontario. So he cooked. I'm not going to tell y'all what he cooked. You're going to have to go watch. But he put the video up tonight because he has a function Thursday night. He's not going to be home. So I have been, Jean. I've been so busy back and forth. And so, and I kind of, instead of doing the actual daily vlogs, all the updates and the lives and all that, I've been counting those as vlogs. So in my mind, I haven't missed a day during all this. I've still gotten something up for y'all. Oh, thank you, Grampy. I love you, Dwayne. Oh, me too. Georgia is such a sweetheart. Hi, honey. Bub's daughter, Georgia, is such a sweet girl. Probably will, Brett. I need to go make sure he's settled and make sure he's not overdoing things like he's probably doing. I'm going to kick his butt. But, oh, thanks, Jean, honey. Abby, thank you so much for being here, honey. I hope you have a great, great evening, darling. Love you, Cal. I'll talk to you a little later. Video me cooking, kicking his butt. You got that right, Brett. I talked to him a little earlier and I was like, what are you doing? Well, I thought I'd get this moved up and straightened up, and I'm waiting on that. And I'm like, sit your butt down. Oh, that's so sweet, Dwayne. Hey, Tim. How are you, darling? Mazel tov. So if y'all have never done this, I have my tea that I make is a spice and orange spice blend. And I take orange peels. You can just drop them in the glass, but I like to eat the oranges. So I take the orange sections and I dip them in the really hot tea. It kind of takes the chill off the orange, but it also helps to cool the tea down a little bit so you can drink it more. But together, the orange spice with the orange slice, It's a spice and slice, y'all. Mm, it is so good. So what are you guys all up to? It is really good. I love to do this. And you can also, if you want, you can actually open the, open with the casing off, remove the casing, and then do it that way. Just drop the orange in the tea. It's really good too. And if I do that, I use like just a long toothpick or a skewer, just poke them and pop them out of there. Heaven's Gates Cherry Farm. Hi, sweetie. How are you? Welcome. Finally getting to drink a coffee and relax. That's a good thing. All right, Amy, give Tim a big hug for me. You guys, please keep Tim in your prayers. He's having some issues with swelling and ankles and knees on opposite legs, so both legs, and he's barely walking. So y'all, please keep him in your prayers. Hey, TJ. Oh no. Well, I'll try to keep you entertained at least. Hey, Mark, how are you? Welcome. Sorry, I had a piece of orange stuck in my tooth, and I didn't want to be rude and do that on screen. I'm doing all right. I'm resting a little easier as far as my emotional state because I know he's home. That's a huge when the doctors say he's well enough to be able to go home. Okay, I can breathe again. I feel like I can breathe. I don't know, and I don't know. Maybe Dwayne can probably relate to this, or you guys, if you've ever really had somebody that you love that's sick and really sick and in pain. I just didn't feel like I could breathe. I couldn't take a breath. I wasn't sleeping right. Outside of running myself crazy, but I feel like I can breathe, and I hope so. Hopefully tonight I will really sleep for the first time in a week. Well, just don't open the door for the chickens, then they might get funny ideas about worms. I'm just saying. Just saying. Yes, him behaving at home is going to be another story. That's for sure. I did tell him I was going to hog tie him or duct tape him to the chair. And Miss Wanda said she could send camo duct tape if I need it. She'd send all I need. I sure will. Thank you, Dwayne, honey. So, how is Miss Mary Beth today? Trying to get to everybody. I hope I don't miss anybody. Don't turn on the light. So, how's everybody's weather around the town, around the country now? Right here, it is. I'll tell you exactly what it is. Today was absolutely beautiful. I mean, it was a beautiful, beautiful day. Let's see. Currently, it is 59 degrees outside, and we are going down to 37 overnight. So, one thing I was kind of a little looking at weather and concerned about. Nathan was coming down Sunday after the shindig to get the actual tilling done, but we're looking at a 70% chance of storms. So I don't know if that's going to work. It may all have to get done on the 13th on the workday. Got up to 50. Better than the 20s. You got that right. Garden for cheap. Hi, sweetie. How are you? Welcome. Started out chilly, sunny, and cold, warming up. There's Miss Brenda. Hi, sweetheart. Yeah, it's been gorgeous here. It's been cool at night. I think last night we went down to 35 and we're going 37 tonight. But in the days, it's getting into the mid to upper 60s. Absolutely gorgeous. Hey, Owen. How are you, honey? I am doing well. I'm currently eating an orange, and I'm hoping I will be able to really sleep. I just honestly, I really haven't slept probably more than 2 or 3 hours a night in a week. And I was just saying earlier, right before you got here, that now that he's home, I feel like I can breathe again. I feel like I'm not, panicked and worrying and stressing. And I just feel like I can breathe. And I'm really hoping that means that I'm going to rest easier this evening. I understand it. I understand it, Dwayne. Oh, thank you so much, Marie, honey. And yes, I am so happy he's home. It's, in all honesty, it's probably, I'm one of those people that when I have to, I hold it together. If that makes any sense, it's after the fact that it hits me, and when he messaged me and told me his dad was there to pick him up, he was in the truck on the way home. I just cried. I really cried for the first time. And it seems almost a release, if that makes any sense to anybody. And but I held it together because he needed, the last thing he needed was to be worrying about me. That's the last thing he needed. Yep, absolutely, Marie. So I am really, I'm really hoping that tonight I'm going to just be able to sleep, to really go into that deep, restful sleep. It sure was, Owen. Hey, Samson Farms, Nathan, how are you, darling? I was just talking about you. Were your ears burning? Good night, Mary. Love you, sweetheart. He does, Gene. He worries about me a lot. And the last thing he needed was that. I did see it, Kevin, and I'll share it with him. Gotta go lock up the chickens. All right, babe. Thank you so much for being here, sweetheart. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow or the next day or two. You'll hear from me. So, Nathan, originally we were talking about Sunday doing the uh, tilling this Sunday after the shindig. I was watching the weather and we're up to a 70% chance of storms. So I don't know if maybe we need to just wait and do it all on the 13th. I don't know. What do you think? Kevin is batching it, y'all. Kelly is in Ontario. You just missed Kelly. She was in here a few minutes ago, Kevin. Welcome back, Mary Beth. Okay, so we'll just do it all on the 13th when everybody's here. Yes, Juanita. Andy is home. So those of you that did not hear the news, hi Sharon, honey. Um, he is home. He got home. He left the hospital about 4:30. So he is home and hopefully he's resting. All right, Gene, I love you, Bubba. Thank you so much, honey. So the big challenge for me now is making sure that his little butt takes it easy until the 13th. As far as I know, unless something happens, he is absolutely planning on coming to the shindig with me Saturday. So, oh, that's all right, Dwayne. Tears can be tears can be healing as well as sorrow. They can heal and they can relieve stress. Wave your hands up in the air like you just don't care. He's gotten that message from several people. I know I told him if I have to tape you down to the chair, that's what's going to happen. And Miss Wanda offered to send all the camo duct tape I need. So you better listen to his little butt. Thank you so much. Yeah. Yep, it can be therapeutic. So the current thing, there actually was no stone. They did thoroughly check. There was no stone. There was a lot of inflammation and swelling in the bile duct. Probably they're assuming as a result of the pancreatitis, the infection of the pancreas. So that's what the stent was for. It opened it up. They removed the drain tube that they had put out his side. So it's all flowing like it should now. And he'll go back in 2 to 3 weeks after the pancreas heals and the inflammation goes down, and then they'll take the gallbladder out. So love you, bub. Which song, honey? Watch the link in the comments first. Okay, I'll remember. Oh, yum, Brenda. That'll be yummy. Oh, I don't know that one, sweetie. I don't know that song. Nathan will be at the shindig. So those of you that are going to the shindig, Nathan with Samson Farms will be there. And we're going to have a lot of fun on the cleanup day. We'll have several grills there. Make sure we can feed everybody. Probably burgers and dogs. And I think I'm going to make a bunch of potato salad and macaroni salad for everybody. I can do that the night before. And Garden for Cheap will be there. That's right. I can't wait to meet all of y'all. It's going to be so much fun. Oh, whatever. I don't think anybody is ugly. I think people can be ugly on the inside, but I think your beauty shines enough that you're just fine, honey. Yep, it's going to be a blast. Andy and I are actually driving in that day. It's I'll most likely be at his house. Um, so we're gonna get up early Saturday and drive into here to my house, which is 2 hours. Gives him a break to get out of the truck for a few minutes while I make sure my dogs are taken care of and fed and watered and pottied and all that good stuff. And then we'll get back in the truck and it's 2 hours to the shindig. So cool. So yeah, I am really looking forward to shindig. That is going to be so much fun. Oh, I hear the Sam. He's barking. Hey Pat, how are you, darling? I love this tea. I don't know why I only make it in the fall. I don't make it the rest of the year. I only make it in the fall and winter. So fall and winter. Oh my goodness, your first one. Well, we'll have fun then. The Virginia last year in October was my very first, and then of course went to Deep South this year, and then so those of y'all that are going to be there, when we went to Deep South, I have an envelope full of my stickers to give to everybody, and I left it in the hotel room, and I completely forgot about it till we got home. So when you see me, ask me for a sticker, and if I don't have them, I'll go get them because they will be in the truck. So help me remember the stickers, y'all. First one for garden for cheap as well. Awesome. I tell you what, we had so much fun at Deep South. We had a blast. We really did. I tell you, the neighbor dogs will drive me nuts. Sorry, I had another piece of something stuck in my tooth. Well, they're just going to have to arrange one closer to you, aren't they, Dwayne? I know. We're so going to miss you, Brenda. That's Bo, y'all here. Can you see him? He's out there. Well, awesome. I'm glad I get to share your first one with you. I am excited. Well, I don't know. You're awfully far from me, Dwayne. We'll try, but you're awfully far from me. You're already nuts. That's for sure, Kevin. Did you get it all done? 6 hours. It's 2 hours for us. Well, I'm actually coming from Andy, so it'll be 4 hours, but we're going to do it in stages. And then I think maybe Saturday night we may just stay here and then get up Sunday morning and drive back to his house. Just because I think by the time Saturday gets here and he goes through all of this, I think he's going to be exhausted. So my house will be close enough to get him in here and settle in and go to sleep and get him to lay down. So more than likely, that's what we're going to do. 4-ish hours for you. Yep, for Nathan. And then next year, you guys, somewhere around April-ish, Kevin and Kelly will be here from Canada. They are coming to the U.S., actually coming to my house. I'm going to take a week off to spend the week with them. But they will be here, and we are going to do a Tennessee meetup somewhere probably at the state park, which is going to be awesome. So you guys keep that in mind. I don't know, Brenda. That's a long trip, and I've got so much I've got to get done on the land. I'm not sure. That's going to come down to finances. Oh, that would be awesome, Mary Beth. Living Miracle. Hi, sweetie. How are you? Oh, I didn't know about that one, Nathan. I'll have to tell Andy. In September. Cool. Yeah, Kelly and Kevin are definitely coming down. They are going to be driving, so they'll probably make a stop or two on the way. But people that are on the way. But we are definitely going to do one here in our area, probably at the Choctaw State Park, which is right outside of Jackson, and just have everybody meet at the park. We'll bring the grills, and there's Jackson is real close to town, so you can run and pick whatever you want to cook, or if you want to bring KFC or whatever, stop in town and bring stuff with. We're just going to do it potluck style. and just to let everybody hang out for the day and have fun. The park does offer horseback rides. They have several hiking trails. They have water activities you can rent. It's just a lot of fun stuff to do there. It's nothing else but just hanging out, but there's a lot of fun stuff to do. You don't know that, Dwayne. You don't know what God has in your future. You just leave that in God's hands. Yeah, that'd be awesome, Mary Beth. It'll be awesome. And then, like I said, Jackson is 20 minutes away. So those of you that are coming and may need a hotel for the night, Jackson's just right there, quick and easy to get to. You got that right, Nathan. I think that's going to be a big change for Andy too, is the dietary changes he's going to have to make for a while. Although he did have a nurse tell him that he can have 1 or 2 beers. He can't have his whiskey. She said, a little bit of beer, and I'm not talking a 6-pack. I'm talking 1, maybe 2. She made a point to stress that to him, but that's okay, Dwayne. You never know what God has in store for you. You might get one that pops up that's right down the street from you where you can have somebody sit with her for a couple hours and you can go visit. You just never know what God has in mind. You just leave that in God's hands. Me too, Sharon. I am so, so relieved that he is home. And I'm really hoping that I can just really get some sleep. I feel like I can breathe again. And that's huge. So yeah, I'm kind of thinking so too. And we're definitely going to do some meat birds from chickens, some meat birds, and uh, eventually rabbits and pigs eventually, but that's all going to be, as time goes. So, well, if it's real close by, then maybe y'all can just pop up for an hour. You never know what God has in store for you. You just give that God and let him handle it. If God decides there's one close enough to y'all and y'all can just go for an hour, everybody will make an announcement. Look, he's got 1 hour. If you want to see him, this is where it's going to be. So you just leave that in God's hand. Quail, go with quail. Oh, I know, Mary Beth. I just couldn't. I just felt like I couldn't breathe. Now, I shared earlier, those of you might not have been in here, when I'm one of those people that holds it together when I have to. When I need to be strong, I'm strong. I'll hold it together, and I'm really good in a crisis and emergencies. I'm good. I don't panic. I don't lose my head. Nothing. I'm calm. I do what needs to be done. I'm very clinical about it. Hey, Allison, sweetie, how are you? When it's over is when it hits me. When I know that somebody else is there and I don't have to be that person. So when Andy sent me the message today about 4:30, in the truck headed home, honey, love you. And I broke down and cried. I just cried and cried and cried just at the relief of knowing that he's going to be okay. He's going home. And that relief, that relief is worth so much to me. You know, I'm really hoping that means I'm going to get to sleep tonight for the first time. I'm really deep sleep. Hey, Sugar Creek, how are you, sweetheart? Bee lady. Oh, well, you give him hugs and kisses for me. So, yeah, it's been it's crazy. I don't know if it makes sense to anybody else, but it's almost been more of an emotional day today than the whole process, the whole 6 days. And my emotions have been more out of whack today than any day. Oh, B, I so am. I am just so grateful. And to all of you guys, y'all have been amazing. All of the people that have stepped up that are coming to the work day that we're doing to get all the work done, all of the prayers, especially the prayers. There was just shy of, I think, just shy of $20 or something to make his land payment for him, that was donated. So we've got that under control. I can cover that last 20 if I need to. But it's been, like I said, today's been more of an emotional day for me than any day this has been going on. Yeah, that's me, Brenda. And B Lady, his wife got to come home today, just like Andy did. So she is home with him. Oh, it is scary. It was super. And Andy is really, he's my rough and tough country boy. He's strong. He's always on the go, taking care of everybody else, getting stuff done. And to see him laid out and in so much pain and knowing how miserable he was, just broke my heart. Just broke it. Absolutely, tears of relief and joy and gratitude. I looked up and I just, thank you. I don't have enough words to say. I just don't. Just thank you. Look, I'm going to get all emotional again. Oh, I got to go talking. Yesterday it was. I'm sorry. You're right, Dwayne. It was yesterday. My days are off, y'all. I wish you could be there, but we'll see you at least the next week. So it won't be the same as Shindig, but we're still going to have a blast on this work day. There's going to be enough of us there that we're just going to have a blast. All right, Kev, love you, babe. And you're wrong for what you're doing to Kelly with the package. Just saying. Just saying. I'll have to tell him that one, Nathan. So I got him this card. I don't know if I shared it with y'all or not, but I got him this card while he was in there. And I wasn't going to buy him a card because he's just not, he's Andy. But I saw this one on an end cap and it just so speaks to me. Andy is always, and he's said it many times, and if you guys have all know Andy, if you've really watched him, putting a red button in front of him and telling him not to push it just doesn't, you know what I mean? He's going to push the button. So I saw this card and had this big red button right in the center of it. And yeah, it said on the front, it said, during your recovery, if you need anything, just push this button and yell nurse. And of course, instinct for Andy, he pushes the button, on the thing. But then you open it up and it's side and it says, oh, no, wait. That was the I demand an enema button. You didn't push it already, did you? Oops. I cracked up laughing. Absolutely, Mary Beth. We sure will. But I just cracked up laughing. I was like, yeah, we got to send that to him. All right, sweetie. Take care. Have a good one. But I tell you what, I think I gave that to him the day that I went and stayed all day. So I guess it must have been Sunday. I tell you what, it made him laugh. And just for the briefest second to see that smile and that laugh, it meant everything to me. It was so amazing to see. Yeah, I just thought that was too funny. It's all right, Joyce. Hi, sweetie. How are you? I just thought it was just too funny. Oh, no, that's the I demand an enema button. I was like, so what's going on in you guys' world? I know I am so behind on everything. And I need to catch up on videos and goodness, y'all. Oh, thank you so much, B. It was a hard one to do for sure. Hey, Brian, how are you, darling? Andy is doing a little better. He is still hurting a little bit, but he is better and he is home. Hey, Harry. So he is home, and that's like super duper awesome. I'm assuming as late as it is, he hasn't shown up here or messaged me. He's probably asleep, which is a good thing. If he's sleeping, he's not overdoing stuff, right? Lord, keep him sleepy for the next 2 weeks. That's okay, Brenda. You can always just listen. Oh, put a wet rag over your eyes and close your eyes for a few minutes and just listen. Yes, absolutely, Brian. Just got home from Bartlett. What were you doing in Bartlett? Because you went right by me. Sharon and I need to do lunch. That's what we need to do. What are you doing Thursday, Sharon? Thank you so much, Harry. It's so appreciated. Helping build a pole barn for traveling money. Oh, that's awesome. A raised bed, planting and growing where you live. Oh, that's cool, Nathan. Hey, Charlotte, how sweetie. He is feeling better. He is still hurting some, but he said he's definitely feeling better. He's glad to be home, which has lifted his spirits. He was actually a little bit more like the old Andy when he was messing with me and picking on me like he normally does. So I know that's making him feel so much better. The fancy Memphis, pretty much, yeah. Oh, that's awesome, Mary Beth. Hi, Brenda. That is wonderful. There's a reason to celebrate for sure. That is awesome, Mary Beth. I am so glad to hear that. Talk about answered prayers. How are you doing, Brando? I hear spicy food is not real good with pancreas problems either. That ought to be interesting. Oh, come here, Bobo. You want to come say hi? I come say hi? Come here, sweetheart. This is my Bo. Hey, can say hi? This is my Bo dog. Yeah, everybody on YouTube says hi, Bo. Yeah, he's my baby for sure. I also have another baby. He is actually out in the backyard at the moment. He'll be coming in here shortly, but we're in his room, so awesome, Sharon. That'll be great because I'm off Thursday and I'll be home. I'm actually staying here. I'm not going to Andy's till Friday. He needs a moringa too. Okay. It's a boy, but yes, he is absolutely gorgeous. I get so many compliments on him, and he is just the sweetest dog. He's actually being trained as a service dog. He takes really good care of me. He's my boy. He sleeps with me. He goes everywhere with me practically. Goes to work with me every day. And then I have my Sam. Sam is a great peer, and he's actually in the backyard, but we're in his room. So whenever I shut this down, I'll put him in his room and then go let Sam in. So you do have a baby, a baby. Bagging some candies. Yum. He absolutely is the perfect companion. He is so sweet and lovable, and he loves to cuddle with mommy, which is a good thing. Actually, he had a burrito yesterday. But despite Andy's desire. They don't get junk food all the time. They get their dog food and they get an occasional treat. But too much people food is not good for them. Yes, it's their grandson who refuses to. I wish I was there for you, B. I can put any baby to sleep. I'm telling you, I've had friends with the most colicky babies ever, and I've been able to calm them down and get them to sleep. I wish I was there. I would help. Hey, Ash, how are you? Okay, you done petting me. I'm going back to bed. He's going to climb up in bed. That's all right, B. I can get him to sleep. I guarantee you. I'm good at it. That's for sure, Brando. Oh, absolutely, Harry. He's in a lot of my videos, especially my vlogs. You'll see him all the time in the car with me. He's a very beautiful dog, and I'm very blessed to have him. He's a rescue. You know what, Allison? Bo won't eat when I'm not there either unless you give him something yummy. And even when I get home, if I'm not in the room, he won't eat. He'll wait till I'm in the room. Spoiled for sure. But they do get their treats, don't get me wrong. They both of them get their treats, and they both get a burrito about once a week. And but they don't get a whole lot of human food because it messes up their stomach and they end up with diarrhea and tummy problems, and then they're outside eating grass so they can make themselves throw up. And I'm not putting them through that. They may love the taste, but I'm not putting them through that. That's just not going to happen. So they do get their little treats, but I make sure they have biscuits here, and actually they have some biscuits thanks to Cher. She sent me the last big box of them, and they have little bacon treats and stuff that's safe for them to have. And then recently, Bo wasn't eating at all. We couldn't get Bo to eat. And he stayed with my superintendent when we went down to Deep South. They get them during the day when they're outside. Yeah. No more burritos for Andy. Yeah, a bunch of things are going to change for him. Um, very docile when you lay down the lawn with the broom. But the Yorkie's a mess. So anyway, he went over there and they tried something. They gave him some canned food mixed with kibble, and he ate it like crazy. So it costs me double, but he has to eat. I can't put a price on that. So now he gets a can of dog food and 1 cup of kibble every morning and every night. He eats it all. He's back to regular bowels, no more tummy issues. He's putting weight back on again. And then the other day, he had a little bit left in the bowl that he didn't eat. And normally I pick his bowl up before I bring Sam in, but I had forgotten to pick his bowl up. So Sam comes in and gets a taste of it. And now Sam won't eat without the dog food either. So now I have them both on a mix of can and dry. And I'm like, great. For about the first month afterward, he's going to have to be very careful what he eats. Not very much red meat at all. He can't have fried foods. He can't have fatty foods like bacon. He's not supposed to eat it. The more of that he gets, the harder it's going to be because your gallbladder is what processes all those fatty foods and breaks it down. And he's not going to have that. So there are definitely going to be some changes in his world and some things that he's probably going to eat anyway. But I'll work with him and show him that there's life after gallbladders. But for now, when he first gets it out, even right now, he's still on a solid liquids. So he can have Jello, he can have broths, he can have something, like a But he's got to stay away from creams. You can't do creams and all that stuff. No tofu for Andy. Absolutely right. And then after the gallbladder comes out, he'll be on, he can do a soft diet now. He can have mashed potatoes. He can have mac and cheese, soft foods like that. But after the gallbladder comes out, he'll do another pretty severe for about a month and a half. And then after that, he'll be able to eat pretty much what he wants. But there are certain things that are going to set it off and going to be hard for him. So he's going to have to make some choices. Not much dairy. Yes, it regulates the blood sugar as well. And that boy drinks damn much Coke. It ain't funny. He actually doesn't during the summer, though. I will give him that. In the summertime, when he's out there working, he drinks water like it's going out of crazy, which is great. So, tofu was gross. He can have probably a sherbet he could probably do. He just needs to stay away from dairy. So I can make him, like fruit smoothie stuff. I can do that. I can take one of my favorites that I do for myself is I take strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, and I mix them all in a blender. And then I fold in a little bit of coconut milk. And then I put it in the freezer and it makes it almost like a sherbet. And it's really good. Mo man, how are you, darling? But the biggest thing is the fat. The gallbladder is what regulates and helps break up the fatty foods. So, but Andy's not a real big dairy person, though. He doesn't eat a lot of dairy, other than cheese. So that's going to be a switch for him because he does like cheese. So there are definitely going to be some changes, but he'll get through it. Oh, yeah. In the beginning, he's going to have to give up most all of it until his system regulates itself and gets back in shape. And then he'll just have to figure out what does and doesn't trigger for him. There absolutely are some great foods that are non-dairy. It's the fats that you got to watch for. And the biggest one that's going to kill him is the bacon. He is not going to like hearing that he can't have bacon every day. Got to go fishing and do some things around the house. All right, sweetie. Love you, Brando. I don't know, B-Lady. I haven't asked that question yet. Okay, what did I miss from Allison? I missed a comment from Allison. Sherbet is fine. Fat-free yogurt is okay, but it tastes terrible. Yeah, fat-free yogurt is gross. But I will say that the fat-free yogurt, you can cook with it on places where you need dairy and you need like a milk or something. You can use that fat-free yogurt to substitute for the milk or the cream, and you can still cook some really good foods with it. Me too, Brando. Oh my goodness. Yeah, me too, Tim. He can take bio supplements to help with the fats. Okay, I'll let him know. Oatmeal. I love oatmeal, and I love, love, love malted meal or cream of wheat, whatever one you want to call it. Don't have trouble with bacon if it's crispy. Well, I'll tell him that. It may help. So, and well blotted. Make sure I get as much of the grease off of it as I can. But I've never heard of bio supplements. I'll have to look into that, Dwayne. Oatmeal, yuck. I love oatmeal. Yeah, it's exactly, Brandon. From everything I've read and what I've talked to everybody, it's really just the first month, maybe 6 weeks, that it's going to be rough for him while his system adjusts. And after that, he'll be able to pretty much go back to a normal diet. There are just certain things he's going to have to figure out that are different for everybody as to what makes an issue for him. The main purpose of the gallbladder is to produce the bile that helps to break down fats. And when you eat fatty foods, it breaks it down. And so that before it goes into the duoduct and then into the small intestines, it's already got to start on breaking down. So without it, too many fatty foods, your body's not going to be able to digest it right. You can buy it on Amazon. I'll have to look at that. They do make jerky bacon. Yeah, I have seen that. I absolutely know that, Brian. So you better keep your gallbladder, honey. That's all I'm telling you. No, he shouldn't have a problem with it, coffee or tea and whatever he wants. He shouldn't have a problem with that. The biggest thing is the dairy and the fats, which a lot of dairy has a lot of fat in it. So that's what it is, Allison. See, I did have a shirt one time, Allison, that said, and a lot of health food stores. Okay, I will absolutely tell him. I had a shirt one time that said, it's not really that I'm fat. You see, the problem is the brain is only capable of storing so much. And when you're really intelligent, the brain runs out of all the places and it has to start stuffing it somewhere else. So it's not that I'm fat, it's just that I'm really super smart. I'm overstuffed with smarts. That's what it is. Oh, goodness be. Yes, and the pancreas is the sugar. You're right. You do need some fats. You are absolutely right. No, it is not the only thing that produces bile. The liver also produces it. Basically, from what I understand, the uh, the liver produces the bile, and the gallbladder is like a storage unit, basically, and it fills up with the bile, and it helps to break down. Like when the fats pass it, and it kind of pushes it out and breaks it down as it's going. So the biggest thing that when you don't have that, the liver, as long as you have a healthy diet and not too many fats, it will produce enough bile to digest what it eats. But it don't have that little storage pack sitting over there making it easy to keep up with extra. And from what several people have told me, especially when he first gets the gallbladder out, that he probably should not stray far from a bathroom for a while. After he eats, usually I've had several people tell me that within about 5 minutes after eating, they had to go to the bathroom. Yep, exactly. See there? You are real smart. See? Well, I saw another one that said I'm not really overweight. I'm just 6 inches too short for my weight. That's it. That's all it is. Oh, I've got pimples, y'all. That's how I know my system is off. I hardly ever get pimples. I must be ultra smart then. See there? You do have to have fat in your body. Absolutely, Dwayne. Yeah, you're exactly right. It stores it. So I may have misstated it earlier when I was talking, trying to get it out there. But it's your liver that actually produces the bile, and the gallbladder stores it and dispenses it as needed. Stress does cause pimples, and I'm living proof. I got one here, and I got one right up here, and I got one right here. I'm like, what the heck? The liver is actually what produces the bile, and then the gallbladder stores it and dispenses it as needed. Vertically challenged. Cook bacon on cooling and cookie sheet. Fat drips away. Yeah, that's for sure, Pat, and I will do that for him. I'm really good at that. So that's the best way I can explain it to y'all is that the liver produces the bile, the gallbladder stores it, and dispenses it as needed. So the liver will produce enough bile on its own as long as you're not overloading it. Then that's the issue. Without the gallbladder there to store it and have extra on hand, your body won't be able to process the fat fast enough with what it's got. So That's why you have to be careful how much fat you put in. Look, hold on now. Excuse me just a second. Okay, sorry, y'all. Can't find turkey bacon, but we use ground turkey. Oh yeah, I see turkey bacon all the time. I doubt he'd eat it, but yeah, good fats you're good with. You're absolutely right. It's recently found out I have high cholesterol. Yep. Yeah, I don't. Excuse me. I don't particularly care for turkey bacon myself. I see it all the time. I don't particularly care for it. Yeah, that's actually Andy that was messaging me. So it's the only reason I'm answering. I've gotten several other messages I've just left to answer later. Most fats labeled bad now are actually the good fats. Yeah. You have to really do your research, and sorry y'all. Beef bacon is good. I don't know if I've ever had beef bacon. Hey Eileen, how are you, sweetie? I know, right? I don't think I've ever had beef bacon. Good night, Charlotte, honey. Thank you so much for everything, darling. Regular bacon is better for you. That's for sure, Allison. You do need to watch the cholesterol. Yeah, oatmeal and Cheerios are actually really good for bringing your cholesterol down. That's for sure. Well, I'll have to keep an eye out and see if I ever see it, Nathan. Pork, it does the body good. Oh, that's awesome, Mary Beth. Oops. just voice to text, obviously. It doesn't. A G and a J. That's all right. I understood it. Deer bacon is really good and healthy. I do love deer bacon. I love venison just about any way you fix it. Yeah, that's actually a good one if you're, especially if you're dealing with diabetes. Andy says to please tell everyone, ow, to please tell everyone he says hello. Right, Brenda? I think personally for me, I think the biggest difference is just you need to eat a well balanced diet. Too much of anything is not good for you, no matter what it is. I don't care what it is. Too much of anything is not good for you. I mean, it's just a well balanced diet. Wow, that's still up high, Allison. Let me tell them y'all I said hi. He says thank you to everybody. So yeah, I really, it's just about eating a balanced meal. Your body was designed to have carbs, to have fats, to have proteins. Your body needs all of that. I think you just need to balance it and eat a healthy lifestyle. People tell me, well, you should never eat red meat. I think that's BS. I eat red meat, but I also eat pork and I also eat chicken. I eat a little bit of everything except fish. I don't eat fish. Don't ask me. Name that. Thank you so much, Ash. I truly cannot tell y'all how much it's meant to have all of you guys here over the last week. Just to know that so many of you were thinking of us and praying for us. And I cannot tell you how much that means to me. Ew, Allison. Exactly. In all things, moderation. I just, that's the key. I do not do fish. That's okay, Eileen. I have the same issue. He's getting ready to go to bed, y'all. So excuse me. Nope, I don't do fish. Well, I will tell you, I'll eat Long John Silver's. And my dad says it doesn't even taste like fish. Hello, that's the point. They don't taste like fish. I just have to disagree there, Dwayne. I don't think there's anything wrong with carbs. I just think you need to eat them like everything else in moderation. I don't think there's a problem with having a mashed potato or having some pasta or a rice. You just can't gorge on it. Do you need it every day? No, it's not healthy. But I don't think there's a problem with a little bit. I believe it's cod as well, but it's like It's almost doesn't have a flavor, if that makes any sense. It doesn't taste fishy. Daniel, hi, sweetie. How are you? It's great to see you. That's Truby. Excuse me. No, you're fine, Dwayne. I'm happy to discuss stuff. I mean, I don't eat a whole lot of carbs because I am a diabetic, so I have to be careful with that. But every once in a while, I think it's okay. And for me, usually, if I'm going to burn what I call my carb calories, 90% of the time, it's mac and cheese. That's where my carbs are going to come. I love mac and cheese. Yeah, that's a good point, Nathan. Me too, B. Yeah, you absolutely need to be careful with that. And like, Eileen, big trip in the morning. I can't wait to see you, Allison. That's true. And that's really common in the South. Meat and potatoes. Oh, yes. I am like a mac and cheese aficionado. I'm telling you, I have my favorites. I have my favorites, but I've tried them in so many places. I've made them so many ways. I absolutely love mac and cheese. Oh, it's you're fine, Dwayne. And I'll definitely go see. Maybe a little bit too much green. I love to do that. I call it taco mac. I love to do that. And I love to do that with mhm, leftover ham. I do that with. And then I also will sometimes do that with um, pork. But what I do is I make the mac and cheese, and then I take shredded pork and I grill some onions or saute the onions, and then I put the shredded pork in there, and I make a little bit of a gravy, with it reheated, and put it right on top of the mac and cheese, and just let the gravy fall into the mac and cheese and the pork and the shredded pork right on top. Oh, so good. Chili goes great in mac and cheese. You are absolutely right. Now you will not see me put tuna in mac and cheese because again, it's fish. Not happening. But I know a lot of people that do. Biscuits and gravy. That's Andy's too. So it is really good. You need to try it. Seriously. Get you some shredded pork and a pork gravy. I use leftover pork and I slice the onions like in long strips instead of chopping it, just the long strips, julienne it, and then I put it in with just a little bit of butter and salt and pepper. And when they start to get translucent, I throw in the shredded pork to reheat all the way through, and then I pull it out and I use the drippings to make the gravy, put it all back in, stir it together, and literally put a pile of the mac and cheese, and then scoop this up, gravy, onions, and all right on top, and let it all flow into it. Oh my gosh, it is so good. Lard is actually good for you. You're right. It is good for you as long as you don't overdo it. But yeah, He lied. I love pimento cheese. I bet that would be good together. I've never tried it, but I bet that would be good together. Skeeter says mac and cheese, mayo, chicken, onion, celery, olives. Ooh, that does sound good. I might have to try that one, Skeeter. Oh, that's cool, Ash. I'm glad you have something that works because life without mac and cheese would be sad. Yep. And I was over there at Bub's. Him and Andy went to the store and bought shells and cheese for me. I love you, Bub. Andy says, one more thing. Sorry, y'all. Okay. Mom does not follow that serves that sandwich to this day. Oh, that does sound good. I'm going to have to try that. Oh, Dwayne, you didn't at all. You are perfectly fine, honey. Trust me, if I had a problem with anything you said, I would have told you. You are absolutely fine. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I don't go into Whole Foods. They want way too much money. I'm sorry. They just want way too much money for it. They're way too proud of everything that's in there. That sandwich has been a hit for. I'm definitely going to have to try that one. Pimento cheese and pulled pork. Awesome. I save my bacon fat in a container, B. I have a little metal can thing with a little handle on it, a little lid. It sits on my counter. Because in the South, it would almost be a punishable offense to throw away bacon grease. I'm telling you. I know. Wonder what an impossible burger is. 1,400 calories. Holy crap. Oh, B. You are moving to Florida, so you're gonna have to start saving bacon grease. It's required in the South. I'm telling you, it's a punishable offense. But we'll use the bacon grease. You know, when you want to cook an egg, take a little tablespoon right out of that container and drop it in there. There's nothing better than an egg fried in bacon grease. Oh my God, it's so good. Anytime you need a little bit of extra fat, and it'll also add flavor. I'll use it when I'm making gravies. I will use it if I'm like when I do the mac and cheese with the pulled pork, and I put that pork in there in the pan. I always put some of that bacon grease in there. Anywhere that you think bacon would taste good, that's where you put that grease. I've seen it. I haven't been in there yet. I haven't been in there, but I have seen it. Veggie meat done right. Yeah, you can use bacon to absolutely use it to season your cast iron. That's a really good one for it. The Impossible Burger is a meatless burger. How can a meatless burger have 1,400 calories? Holy crap. Bacon grease and the eggs, yeah. I mean, there is nothing tastes better than an egg fried bacon grease. I'm just saying. Hamburger grease as well and bacon grease to fry cabbage. Yeah, that's a good one. Seasoning green beans. That's an awesome way to use bacon grease. I love it on green beans. You do, you need. You can actually, if you Google it or go to Amazon, they actually make bacon cans. It's a little metal can. It's about yay big around, about yay tall. Has a little lid on it. You just lift the lid, dump it in there, and put the lid back on it. And just let it sit on your counter. You don't ever have to worry about it. And usually, about twice a year, I clean it out because you get a bunch of the sediment at the bottom. So about twice a year, I drain off the grease itself that's still good. I kind of warm it up and I push it in there. So I think the actual grease, And then whatever's left on the bottom, I clean my can out and put it back in there. I do not wash the can though. Do not wash it. Just scoop out all of the sediment at the bottom, take some paper towel and wipe it out, and then put your grease back in it. Do not wash that can. Peas and bacon grease, you got it. It is wonderful on green beans. One of my favorite green bean recipes is to take a little bit of bacon grease, some onions and garlic, and saute all of that. And then I put in a small can of diced tomatoes, or you can use Rotel if you want the spice. About half of one of those little small cans, just a few. And then I stir it all around and then put the green beans right on top and fold them and just keep flipping them into it so that it gets coated in that grease and onion. By the time everything's coated, the green beans are cooked, and oh my gosh, are they good. Sprinkle a little bit of Parmesan cheese on top. Oh. Mason jars would work, yeah. I use the can just because I don't want to have to worry about the heat. Yep. Absolutely. Cabbage and egg. Yeah, I love bacon gravy. I do love bacon gravy. I don't make it often. I do not remember being that far back. Horse meat. Alrighty then. You got your grease can at Walmart. B Lady does a lot on Amazon, so she won't have an issue getting it at Amazon anywhere. Dollar General has them a lot of times, yeah. I'm making you hungry. I'm sorry. I did not know that, B. I'll have to watch for that. Now you got me curious. Baby alarm, baby alarm. She's babysitting her 7-month-old grandson. And she's had a time of it, let me tell you. Been a long time since she had little ones in the house like that. I got a kick out of it. She was telling me that they have the baby on those kids on a feeding schedule. I'm thinking, I never had schedules when when I'm working with babies. When a little 7-month-old is hungry, you feed them. That's just the way it was. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe all this new age way to raise kids, but my mama fed us when we were hungry. We all turned out just fine. Oh, that's awesome, Brenda. I have done hamburger gravy before. Hey, Teresa, how are you, sweetie? Bacon chapstick. Holy cow, it's 9:15 already, y'all. So how are you and Lee doing, honey? How's everything's going? They will be at Shindig as well. Now, I haven't made red eye gravy in a long time. A long time. Yep, sausage gravy. Hey, there's not a whole lot better than a big old plate of biscuits and gravy. Stuff on a shingle. Yeah, that's what we call it. I'm going to say the nicer form of that word, but yeah. Or chip beef. Man, so y'all, have you ever taken, those of you guys that are especially down here in the South, leftover corned beef and made the chip beef SOS? Chip beef with the white gravy and white pepper gravy and the pepper that's on the chip beef. And oh my gosh, it was so good. You got that right, Ash. Oh my goodness, Teresa. I'm glad you're home then. I love, love, love the chip beef made with the corned beef. Never have leftover corned beef. Well, when you're only one person in your household, there's usually some left over. Hamburger meat, yeah. Now that's usually what we when you're on a budget and you got a family to feed, it was hamburger meat. Yeah, exactly. And it was really good over the top of some toast. Mama would just make toast. Good night, Owen, honey. Thank you so much for being here. I'm not going to be on too much longer. It's 9:19. How about we go to 10 more minutes at 9:30, and then I've got to get my dogs taken care of. And yeah, I love corned beef hash in the morning too. Only heard it as chip beef. Yeah, chip beef traditionally is the corned beef. It's chips of the corned beef, and SOS is typically made with hamburger meat, and that's the difference. It's the only difference. It's made exactly the same way. Yeah, the chip beef over toast. Yep, homemade hash. Good night, Owen, honey. Thank you so much, darling. I love you. Hamburger helper. Those were the days. Oh, cheeseburger, macaroni, and lasagna. Those were the two I ate until I figured out that I could make my own cheeseburger macaroni that tasted so much better. But when I was younger, I loved hamburger helper. Hi, Mike. How are you, sweetie? He is doing a little better. He is home. He did get to come home today. He is resting. He was just messaged me a little bit ago. He's getting ready to go to bed. He's still hurting some, but feeling better. He's happy to be home, so his spirits are up, and that's a huge part of it. So he is doing a little bit better. Hamburger gravy over stayers, over taters? Is that what you meant to say? Lasagna hamburger helper. Yeah, exactly. Banquet boiling bags had good chopped beef and chicken chow mein. I don't know if I ever had the chopped beef. I had the chow mein. Yeah, I'm really happy about that, Mike. It's a load off of all of our shoulders, and my spirit is calm. With whole wheat flour, really? That would have been interesting. You got it, Savannah. Yeah, absolutely, Teresa. Yep, okay. Over taters. You're right. It is very good over potatoes. So yeah, it's very calming to my spirit to know he's home. And I am very grateful for that. I am extremely grateful. And I'm hoping that now that some of the stress is gone, that I might actually get to sleep tonight. Girl, I make fried potatoes from heaven, I'm telling you. Everybody I make fried potatoes for loves my potatoes. And there's so many different ways to do them. They're just, oh, yep. There's always bacon grease in my fried potatoes, always. I don't make it with only bacon grease though, because I don't want to use all of my bacon grease up. So I usually put a little bit of canola oil or olive oil, one of the two, with the bacon grease, which also helps with the smoke point. So yes, he is. Teresa, I want you to picture this. We're fixing to put Bub, Lee, and Andy together in the same place at one time. Are you ready for that? Yeah. And my fried potatoes for me, 99% of the time have meat in them. Bacon, yeah, I do them with bacon. It's a really great way to use up leftover meat when you've got just a little bit. It's not enough to feed a family. A little bit of hamburger, a little bit of pork chops, cut them up, a little bit of steak left over, chop them up into smaller bite-sized pieces, fried potatoes and meat. Oh, I love them with chorizo for breakfast tacos. Oh, so good. I know, right? Ooh, I do not do the vinegar thing. You can keep vinegar. Oh, thanks, Rosanna, honey. It's so good to see you, babe. Well, you can always rotate it out. If you don't use it, set yourself a goal once a week to clean it out or every 2 weeks. But it shouldn't go bad. I mean, that's if you're using it, it shouldn't go bad. Yeah, Lee is awesome. I do love Lee. I love him to pieces. We enjoyed it last weekend. We before the chaos, the weekend before, we actually were fortunate enough to go have lunch with them and pick up a rooster. But yeah, that's a good one too, Eileen. Fried green tomatoes, yellow squash. Yep. I know y'all are making me hungry, and I got to go to bed. I can't eat. You can keep the bacon grease in the fridge, and it will keep it lasting a lot longer. But down here in the South, we use it up too much. It doesn't have a chance to go bad. We use it too much. But you can keep it in the fridge. Get him, Teresa. Fried cucumbers. All right, Jane. Thank you. I'm going to be shutting it down in a minute anyway. So have a great night, sweetheart. Love you. No, I don't think I can do the tofu and kimchi. Not here. If you like it, though, more power to you. You can have my share. Dwayne, you give your wife a big hug from me and tell her I'm still keeping her in my prayers, honey. Rosanna Dana. Yeah, he's coming one way or another, he said. So I'm hoping he's got enough energy for that. Yeah, that's what I said. I've never had fried cucumbers. I love fried pickles. I love fried pickles, but I've never had fried cucumbers. I would think they'd be too wet. I don't know. All right. Thank you, Dwayne. Love you, sweetheart. Joseph is about to be 5 already. How is he 5 already? Yeah, it's going to be crazy keeping the 4 of the 3 of y'all straightened out. Let me tell you. Ooh, fried zucchini, yes. And I love Texas toothpicks. If you guys don't know what Texas toothpicks are, they're little strips like julienne strips of jalapenos and onions, and then they batter them and drop them in a flash fry. They're crispy, almost like an onion ring. But, oh, love Texas toothpicks. Fry it and put it on the stick. All right, Sharon, sounds great. I think Nathan's going to fit right in just fine. Lord, I'm going to put all of them together. Oh, my goodness. And then I'm going to have them all together at my house, too, or Andy in my house. Oh, they're really good. You just julienne them. You want little thin strips of them. And then you put them in a floured batter or whatever and just flash fry them really fast. By the time it's brown, they're done. Just pull them out. Oh, so good. They're lovely in salads. I love to put them on top of salads. I love to put them on top of baked potatoes. Really, really, and I love to eat them just like they are with a little bit of ranch. I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. But tonight's gonna be a good, good night. Lord help us. Oh, I know, right? You can do that with just about any kind of pepper, Rosanna, but with traditional Texas toothpicks is going to be jalapeno and onion. So, all right, you guys, it's about 9:28. I need to get off of here and get my puppies taken care of and get my butt in bed. Awesome. Well, I'm glad I could help. I could accommodate you. It's a cute song, though. So, thank you guys so much all for being here. I hate to go when there's so many of y'all still here, but if I don't take care of me, I can't take care of him. And that's just a reality. So, I hope you guys have a great, great evening. What was it Carol Burnett used to do when she left? Help me out, Skeeter. I know you know it. Carol Burnett used to sing it at the end of every show. Now I can't remember the words. Oh well, I'll think of it for next time. I know it though. Anyway, you guys have a great night. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Boom, 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 boom. I hate to leave you, but I really can't stay. Good night, sweetheart. Good night. Y'all have a great evening, guys. I love y'all. Thank you again so much for everything. Yep, she tugged her ear. Good night, everybody.